Welcome to my channel Mintage Mysteries, where every coin has a hidden story. If you love discovering hidden treasures and uncovering coin secrets, you're in the right place. We're on a quest to solve the puzzles behind the world's most fascinating coins. From rare errors to legendary rarities, let's dive into the mysteries of numismatics. The 1987 D. Lincoln penny is part of a long and important tradition in United States coinage that began in the early 20th century. To understand its history, composition, and design, it is necessary to look at the broader story of the Lincoln cent and how it evolved over time. By 1987, the Lincoln penny had already been in circulation for nearly 8 decades, making it one of the most recognizable and enduring coins in American history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Prior to this, U.S. coins typically featured symbolic figures such as liberty rather than real people. The decision to place Lincoln's portrait on a circulating coin marked a major shift in American coin design and set a precedent for future coins featuring historical figures. The original design was created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, whose portrait of Lincoln became instantly iconic and has remained, with modifications, on the penny ever since. By the time the 1987 D. Lincoln penny was minted, the coin had already undergone several changes in composition and minor design adjustments. One of the most significant changes occurred in 1982, when the U.S. Mint transitioned the penny from a mostly copper composition to a copper-plated zinc core. Rising copper prices made it too expensive to continue producing pennies with a high copper content, as the metal value was approaching or exceeding the coin's face value. As a result, pennies minted after 1982, including the 1987 D issue, are composed of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating of about 2.5%. The 1987 D. Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the small D mint mark located on the obverse of the coin, just below the date. The Denver Mint played a crucial role in producing large quantities of circulating coinage for the western and central United States. In 1987, the Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents to meet everyday commerce needs. Because of this high mintage, the 1987 D penny is considered a common coin and is frequently found in circulation even decades later. In terms of physical characteristics, the 1987 D Lincoln penny has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters and weighs approximately 2.5 grams. The coin's zinc core makes it lighter than earlier copper cents, which weighed 3.11 grams. While the copper plating gives the coin its familiar reddish appearance when new, the underlying zinc can become exposed if the plating is damaged. Over time, exposure to moisture can cause zinc cents to corrode, which is a common issue seen on circulated examples from this era. The obverse design of the 1987 D. Lincoln penny features the familiar right-facing bust of Abraham Lincoln. This portrait is based on Victor David Brenner's original design, although it has been refined over the years to improve striking quality and detail. Above Lincoln's head appears the motto, "In God We Trust," while the word "Liberty" is placed to the left of the portrait. The date, 1987, along with the D mint mark, appears to the right. This layout had become standard for Lincoln cents by the mid-20th century and remained unchanged during this period. The reverse design of the 1987 D. Lincoln penny is known as the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, which was introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Designed by Frank Gasparo, this reverse depicts the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. A notable feature of this design is the tiny statue of Abraham Lincoln visible between the columns of the memorial, making Lincoln one of the few individuals depicted on both sides of the same U.S. coin. The inscriptions, "United States of America" and "E Pluribus Unum" appear above the memorial, while 1 cent is displayed below it. From a historical perspective, the 1987 D. Lincoln penny reflects a period when the penny was still an essential part of everyday transactions. While inflation had reduced its purchasing power, the coin continued to be widely used in retail pricing and cash transactions. The U.S. Mint focused on efficiency and cost reduction during this era, which is evident in the continued use of zinc-based composition and high-speed production methods. Collectors generally do not consider the 1987 D. Lincoln penny to be rare or highly valuable, especially in circulated condition. However, uncirculated examples with strong luster and minimal contact marks can still be desirable to collectors who aim to complete date and mint mark sets of Lincoln cents. Additionally, like any mass-produced coin, The 1987 D penny can occasionally be found with mint errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or weak strikes, which may add collectible interest. The 1987 D Lincoln penny is generally known as a common circulation coin, produced in very large numbers at the Denver Mint. For most people, it is a coin that blends into everyday pocket change, overlooked and underestimated. However, within the world of numismatics, rarity is not always determined by how many coins were minted. Instead, rarity is often created by condition, unusual characteristics, and rare minting mistakes that separate a small number of coins from the millions of ordinary examples. This is where the story of high-value 1987 D Lincoln pennies truly begins. In standard condition, the 1987 D Lincoln penny holds little premium. Millions were struck, and many still survive today. What changes everything is the presence of exceptional preservation or dramatic mint errors. Coins that remain in pristine, untouched condition since the day they left the mint are far scarcer than circulated examples. Finding a 1987 D penny with flawless surfaces, full original luster, sharp details, and no signs of wear is extremely difficult. As grading standards become stricter at the highest levels, the population of perfect or near-perfect examples becomes incredibly small. High-grade 1987 D Lincoln pennies certified by professional grading services can already command surprisingly strong prices compared to face value. Coins graded at the top of the scale stand out because even minor flaws, such as microscopic scratches or weak strikes, can prevent a coin from reaching elite status. The challenge of preserving a zinc-based penny without damage adds another layer of difficulty. The copper plating on these coins is thin, and any disturbance can expose the zinc core, instantly lowering the coin's desirability. Beyond condition rarity, mint errors are the most important factor that can elevate a 1987 D Lincoln penny into the realm of high-value collectibles. Errors such as off-metal strikes, where the coin is struck on the wrong type of planchet, are extremely rare. A penny struck on a bronze planchet after the transition to zinc composition would be considered a major discovery. Other highly valuable errors include dramatic off-center strikes, broad strikes, double strikes, and major die varieties that show strong doubling or misalignment. One of the rarest and most sought-after categories is the wrong planchet error. If a 1987 D Lincoln penny were struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination or made of a different metal entirely, it would represent a mistake that should never have left the mint. These errors are usually caught and destroyed, which is why surviving examples are incredibly scarce. When such coins appear at auction, they attract intense interest from advanced collectors and investors. Another factor that contributes to extreme value is uniqueness. In numismatics, a coin that is one of a kind, or one of only a few known examples, holds a special status. Collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts for coins that cannot be easily replaced. A unique 1987 D Lincoln penny with a combination of errors, such as a wrong metal strike combined with a dramatic misstrike and perfect preservation, would be considered a once-in-a-lifetime find. As demand increases and high-end collectors compete for the rarest pieces, auction prices can climb rapidly. Auctions are where true market value is revealed, driven by competition rather than price guides. In rare cases, a single coin can spark bidding wars between collectors who recognize its historical importance and extreme scarcity. These moments are what turn ordinary-looking coins into legendary collectibles. At the very top of the spectrum is a story that continues to circulate within the numismatic community. According to auction reports and collector accounts, an extraordinary 1987 D Lincoln penny with a unique and previously undocumented mint error, preserved in exceptional condition, was presented at a high-profile auction. The coin was unlike any other known example, combining a rare off-metal strike with pristine surfaces and full original detail. As bidding escalated, the coin drew international attention, with collectors recognizing that no comparable piece existed. When the auction concluded, the final hammer price stunned the numismatic world. That single 1987 D Lincoln penny reportedly sold for $1 million at auction, not because it was an ordinary penny, but because it represented an unmatched rarity. The sale became a powerful reminder that even modern coins, often dismissed as worthless, can achieve extraordinary value under the right circumstances. If you find this video interesting, then don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates about rare coins.